Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to this webinar. I'm Davide Fabris, in charge of technical support and training, talking from VIMAR headquarters, Italy. So I welcome you to this webinar concerning the Connecte switches, so the View wireless. So before to begin, just a few words about the webinar. So we're going to have a look on this View wireless Connecte switches. Then the webinar will last more or less 40 to 45 minutes. At the end, I will share the presentation, the document for your reference, and also I will answer to your questions and clarify your doubts. So in case of doubts or questions, just type in the question box your doubts. So let's begin to this webinar talking about the View. So what is a View? View is a VIMAR Energy on Web. Is not just a range of products, is not a product, but is a sort of vision, new vision concerning the way of living also, and our way to introduce and to develop the products connected, so in order to be controlled and managed by a remote, and also including several functionalities. What does it mean? That is a sort of 360 degrees solution that involves different functionalities in terms of comforts, such for instance light management, shutters, sound systems, energy efficiency like climate control, energy management, load controls, and sensor, safety and security, day by day really much more important, concerning the access control, the alarms, the technical alarms, the CCTV and video door entry systems, control by voice with the vocal assistances, control by apps, integrated also with other systems, and obviously managed by a remote. These functionalities are scalable, so modular. The customer can mix them each other depending what they really need to do, and can be applied in different environments, such as residential from a simple apartment till big buildings, hospitality like big hotels or small hotels as well, nautical, thinking about yachts where we are market leader, or big cruisers where we are also supplier of big cruisers, office buildings and public places. All these together using different systems and protocols. So solution with wires, for instance, the ByMe, the Connecte, that is a worldwide standard, while ByMe is our solution, easier solution than KNX. Due fili and IP and SIP for the video door entry system side, where we have also scalable solution from the small apartment till the big buildings. Then also using a wireless solution like the one we are talking today, using the Bluetooth and Zigbee protocols, but also in conjunction with Wi-Fi for the connection to the cloud. And as well, we have also an ocean products in our catalogs. So I always think that this is what we say 360 degrees solution chart, because really matching together the function we are able to comply and the different solution in terms of protocols, in terms of products, wireless, wired solution, really we have the right products, the right combination, and I would like to say solution really for the customer needs. So View is based on these 5 main points. So first of all, the styles and design, because is a sort of a core of a VIMAR production, the design, the care about the materials, the shapes, and the style, because the view is matching with all the series we have, and also with all the finishing we have. So there is a perfect combination with the aesthetical point of view. Then the connectivity, we are talking about a connected switches, connected system, in order to be really in touch with your house. Services, before the sales, with our sales teams, that can suggest you the best solution, as well the after sales, because it's important also to grant a good after sales support in case of problems. Then, very important, the simplicity. We think that the automation, the connected automatic, generally speaking, or the smart systems has to be easy. So the customer has to disfruit, to use the benefit of technology, of these powerful tools we have now in these years, without any, how to say, fear, or to be scared about the technology, or to not use this function because looks complicated. So no, we want to change completely our approach, providing a very user interface, easy user interface, that introduce a new way of using and browsing the functionalities and create the custom-made solution, thinking about the user interface with a wizard, where the final user, the end user, is able himself to create the scenario without any addition or needs to professional programming like the installer. And really important also the integration, because our system can be integrated, for instance, with the different subsystems, thinking about the alarm or the video door entry systems, or for instance some lighting fittings, such for instance the friend of you devices, and much more functionalities, for instance using the Connecte. So View really is a new way of promoting and installing systems and solutions to the customer. So before to entering in the specific of the View wireless solution, it's important to understand where we are, because on the market there are several products, several systems with different also environments, with different part that covers different part of the market, that are really important to clarify before to go ahead. So first of all, on this chart, you see, for instance, different systems, different parts of the market that we split in functionalities and then complexity, and also prices. What does it mean? That there are really different offers on the market with different targets. The first of all is the standard wiring that everybody knows worldwide, and then we can find a part called consumer products. The typical consumer products are the one that you can find on the web, on the e-commerce, that usually are plug and play. So very easy to install, to configure, no needs of particular skill. So mostly are just plug and play, so even the final customer can do it, and are very easy to control through the vocal assistances, for instance, thinking about the Alexa or the Google, or for instance some other products like a friend of you, where is a plug and play, and then with the app it is possible to control directly. There are few integration possibilities, because usually there is no direct integration. Mostly are directly controlled through the vocal assistances. Then on the upper part of the market, we move to what we call professional systems. So usually are systems focus on the high part of the market with much more functionalities, much more complexity in terms of numbers and capabilities, and usually they use the professional protocols, such for instance Connecte, KNX, or our solution VIMAR that is particularly designed for residential, but not only for residential, because it has a very good capabilities also in other sectors, where we can do really much more integration using, for instance, the Connecte capabilities, also with the different supervision ways and really capabilities in terms of numbers and functionalities. The other part, the backside really, is that this system needs very deep knowledge on configuration and skills for the commissioning. For instance, what we do with the VIMAR is that the new way of configuration allows really almost everybody to be able to configure without a deep skill on the configuration. So at the end of this introduction, where we are with View Wireless. With View Wireless, we are really in between of the two parts of the market, because the View Wireless solution is much more powerful, let's say powerful, than a consumer standalone products, and it's much more easy than a professional system. So is in between, is in this area that is very important, because it's offer not just a standalone products, but a system that can be integrated with the other one, and also with the easy installation features without entering in a system integrator or an IT manager to be able to manage it. So what we say with the View Wireless is that the house, because we are focusing on the residential sector, becomes connected. So what we can do, what we are able to do, is that from a single action we can integrate, we can do different things, because we can manage through under a single system different functionalities like lights, shutters, curtains, energy controls, climate, and scenario. With also, look on the right side, the aesthetical coordination with our series. So all the range is fully compatible and aesthetically coordinated with our switches, series, wiring devices. So View Wireless, one of the most important advantages of View Wireless is that is designed mostly to be applied on retrofitting, on refurbishment, not only on that, but mostly. Why? Because it is very easy to move from a traditional wiring system to a connected one without big and very complicated months rework, repainting, and so on. So very, very easy to move, to transform your house in a connected house. A little bit more deep, what we have is the follow scheme. We have a connected system that manage, for instance, on-off lights, shutters, consumption controls, climate controls, additional batteryless switches. This is also another important advantage of our range. And all together talking through a gateway that convert the radio, the system radio transmission protocol, through a Wi-Fi, able to talk with your mobile or your vocal assistants as well through the cloud. So the most big advantage is that all the functionalities can be controlled directly by the app. We have our app view, that is the user app. As I introduced you before, it's a very user-friendly app with a wizard to customize for instance, the scenario. The scenario can be done directly by the end user using this self-explaining wizard step by step. As well, it is possible to add easily a vocal assistance without additional hardware. It is just a matter to pair the accounts, so something very easy and transparent for the end user. And returning back, talking about the scenario, the capability of the system is very good for the residential sector, because we are talking about 16 scenarios in total that involves up to 64 devices. So thinking about a normal residential house, we're talking about 64, for instance, circuits, for instance, clima, lights, shutters, and so on. So really, it's quite a huge number for the residential sector. Moreover, it's important now, really, day by day to become and to follow the green. So it's important also to keep under controls the consumption in order to know, to be aware about the waste of energy. So we offer also a consumption monitoring and also the climate control in order to set the right temperature all day long and not really throw away energy when, for instance, nobody is at home, or for instance, when I forget windows open. So after this introduction, let's now enter deeply on the topic. When a switch became connected, because the words connected really sometimes is generic. So basically, a connected device is in this case an electronic device that looks like a mechanical switch, but it has a radio RF connection in order to be managed also by remote. So the advantage of this solution is that there is no wire, because we are talking about a radio connection for the communication from the data transmission among the devices. We still having the wire, the power wire. This cannot be eliminated, but the solution, the radio transmission, is very good because doesn't need to rewire the power circuits, just provide the neutral to the intelligent, to the connected device. So frankly speaking, in mostly of the installation is very easy to bring an additional neutral cable to the connected device. And that's it. So really, we designed the system to be very easy and less invasive as possible on the installation, on the hardware of your house. Even in the under the aesthetic point of view, the difference really doesn't exist, because aesthetically thinking, the design and the appearance is 100% the same. So the end user doesn't recognize at all that there is no more a mechanical switch, but there is an electronic connected device. And this is also very important, because it's really very nice to see and nice to act, because the mechanism is also very easy, very friendly and good in terms of soft action on the keys. Talking about the wiring, what we have as an explanation of what I anticipate you before. On the top part of the presentation, on the slide, you see the traditional wiring, one circuit managed, controlled by 3 places. It needs two two-way switches, and one reversing switch in between. So transforming this wiring to a connected one, it is necessary just to replace the first two-way switch on the line. Why the first one? Because it has to be powered. So to the smart switch, the connected switch, we need the phase and neutral, so we need the power, and then bring the neutral as well. So the only difference is the neutral cable I have to bring to the connected switch. All the other part of the circuit still as before. So really very few impact on the walls, on the pipes, on the wiring. So very quick and easy installation. View Wireless, our solution, works using the Bluetooth protocol, the Bluetooth connection among devices. What does it mean? That each device use this protocol to transfer, to talk with the other devices of the system. But it is not a point-to-point transmission, Bluetooth, but it uses the mesh network connection. What does it mean? That each device is also a repeater of the signal. So we have not the direct star connection anymore, so device gateway, no more this star connection, but a mesh connection. So every device talk with more than one device in the same time, and every device also re-amplificate the signal, retransmit the signal, creating a real mesh. And this is really introduce a big benefit concerning the coverage, the radio coverage of the system, because one device just need to see, to talk with one other devices. No with the gateway, for instance. And this really improve a lot the radio coverage. We already have done very huge installation without any coverage problem at all. The only device that doesn't participate to the mesh are the batteryless push button, because since it uses the electrodynamic power generation, it has no battery, and so it is passive. It is just sending the telegrams, the information to other devices, and the door contact, that since it is battery powered, cannot be used for the retransmitting, otherwise the battery lasts just a few times. So the system also can be easily paired with the vocal assistances, with the three most used, most common vocal assistances now on the market. We're talking about Google Assistant, the Apple HomeKit, and the Amazon Alexa, using the Bluetooth protocol. So again, with the gateway convert the Bluetooth to the Wi-Fi protocol. Now let's move to analyze the product range, so our offer. So basically what we have the connected switch and shutter controls, a simple connected relay, connected devices for flash mounted boxes, so sort of interfaces, hidden interfaces into a junction box or a device box, connected thermostat, and a connected Windows contact, energy meter, and the Wi-Fi Bluetooth gateways. Other devices are under development. First of all, the new dimmer, the connected dimmer. So stay tuned, is under development at the moment. So the first device is the switch, the devices, the connected devices. As a default, it works in Bluetooth. It is a dual voltage, so no problem even, for instance, in South America or in countries where we are, it's supplied with a 120 volts AC. And on the back side, it has also a input to to be used for additional push button. This is the standard, for instance, wiring in case of renovation. By the way, we imagine that it will be the most used and suitable wiring in this situation, where into the red box we have the traditional wiring, so no differences at all concerning the rest of the wiring into the pipes, into the walls. The other solution we offer, and this is something very good and distinctive against some competitors, is that we have also the P, the push button input. This push button input allows the installation what we call relay-like. So the output to the light is this. It is in this case just one. So just connect, for instance, output 1 directly to the light circuit, and then to the P terminal connect N standard push buttons. In this situation, all the push buttons controls the light like a relay. So very easy, especially in case of a new installation, because the wires are really few compared to the previous one. And also the push buttons are much more easy and cheaper than two-way switch and reversing switch, intermediate switch. For the shutters, we have the traditional up and down controls that has to be completed with the key covers. In terms of wiring, it is really the same as a mechanical push button, really, or a commutator up and down. So phase and neutral, just the neutral in this case has to be added, and then the two output up and down. It has also the P input, in this case to recall a scenario. So the additional P in this case can realize only the scenario triggering. Sometimes we need also a relay, a small relay, for instance, to control a socket or to control an appliance or something like that. So we have done this small relay to control, for instance, a socket, or that can be, for instance, a floor lamp or something like that. So we have also this option to control some circuits easily without a mechanical, for instance, button. There is also a small button in the front in case of needs, but there is not the classical push button as the previous. Sometimes we have also the needs to hide the interface, to hide the connected device, and use an existing switch or an existing push button. So in this case, this is the solution. So it's a small interface that has two inputs for push button, one or more to turn on and off the light, and as well one or more to control a scenario in a Bluetooth way. Which scenario? Later on, the final user decided. So very flexible. The installer has just to prepare the wiring and the configuration, and then the end user will decide which scenario this button trigger. Then on the same way, we have the interface for shutters control. So this is the typical interface to be hidden, for instance, nearby the motor and connect to a traditional mechanical switch up and down, which is the benefit, for instance, to be controlled by scenario and by app. So very easy also to integrate and to use. And then this is the latest product we did introduce last month, is the thermostat, the smart thermostat. This works as a standard thermostat, so with a new user interface with a dial, a rotary dial, and a big display with a matrix LED display, and with just 4 buttons for the most common functionalities. So very easy user interface, and also it has a very nice and easy to understand feedback, light feedbacks in terms of the operation. So for instance, it has the blue or amber backlight in order to identify the operation, winter, summer, or the complete, for instance, dial backlight to indicate the activation. Okay, so it is also very immediate to understand the operation of the thermostat without small icons that some person doesn't understand immediately. So even the interfacing with the customer, the user interface is very easy because it has a very easy to adjust dial and a big display. So really very user friendly for the end user. In the back side, it has an input for a temperature probe and also a relay to control the heating or cooling devices. It has also the capability to be connected with this contact, the magnetic contact Bluetooth. This is very nice device that in conjunction with the thermostat allows to save energy. For instance, when I forget the windows open. But not only that, it allows also, for instance, to get notification. So in case of you leave the windows open or something happen, you can get also this information on the device like a notification. So it appears pop-up in the application, in the mobile application, that for instance our contact is open. This contact can be the magnetic one or another wired contact I connect to the contact itself, because it looks like two contacts, one magnetic and one wired optional. Looks like two, so as two different configuration with two different functionalities. Also, for instance, to trigger a scenario, so push button or something like that that activate a scenario. Continuing with the catalog, the range, the product range, we find also the energy meter. As I introduced at the beginning, this is a very good product to really to be aware about the real-time consumption, but also the history of consumption, in order to really to be conscious about the use of the energy of your home. So when it is installed on the View app, it is possible to have a diagram with the history, for instance, and also to download the Excel with all the consumption history. If there is also a photovoltaic system installed in the house, using two of these meters, it is possible to have as well the energy flows diagram. That is very important to understand the status and the real-time status of the energy flows. The core of the system is this gateway. Is a two-module device that has just two powered by the 120 230 volts supply, and this gateway is dedicated to talk with Bluetooth on the device side and in Wi-Fi through the home Wi-Fi system. This device allows you really to be in touch with the cloud, to your mobile when you are at home and when you are away, so in 3G, for instance, 3G, 4G, and it allows to control up to 64 devices and create up to 16 scenarios. including all the 64 devices. So the limit is 64 devices and 16 scenario in total. If I have really a very huge house, what we can do? Split the system in the house in two systems using two gateways. Can be done, no problem at all. The only issue is that the user will find two projects, two systems in the mobile application. So can be done, but really it needs just a little bit more care about the project. Then to complete the range, we have the radio Bluetooth wireless button. This is a batteryless device, and it uses the electrodynamic generation procedure. So when I press the button, on the same time, a small device inside generate the amount of energy necessary for the transmission. So it is really batteryless, and the most green products really on the market, because doesn't need a battery, doesn't really continue to transmit radios, signals, and so on. So really good device that really can be used to improve the control places, because every wireless function can be controlled, can be added to radio controls. The typical example is, for instance, the Connecte switch I install, for instance, at the entrance of a room, image a bedroom. I have a traditional switch, so I move to the connected installation, and then I want to add also two additional controls on the bed head, for instance. So in this case, I don't need the wires there. Just pair the two radio devices together, the connected switch, the wired connected switch I have at the entrance of the bedroom. So easily I can amplify, I can add more control places without using any additional wire. And so this is really good in terms of flexibility and modularity. Then what we have done also is to move all the previous functionalities to the IDEA range. IDEA is really our most famous series since many years. And so what we have done is that using these devices, it's possible really to move to a connected house, even the systems installed years ago with IDEA, without replacing all the switches and sockets. So it's a very good opportunity to move to a connected system, a house installed, for instance, a few years ago. And also with a very less efforts, because it is just necessary to change every single device, not all the complete switches, sockets, mounting frame, and frames. So really very good to improve, to move to a connected way. The installation already done. Talking about the apps, I mentioned at the beginning the apps. We have two different apps. What we call View Wireless is the app we introduce for the configuration. So usually is the app managed by the installer. This works in Bluetooth. So just enable the Bluetooth on your mobile, and then directly the app can configure every single device of the system. Later on, the installer moves the administration rights to the user, so the end user or the house owner. The house owner that has to use the View user app and log in with his account. Both app needs the My VIMAR account. Just register for free on the VIMAR website to get it. So very easy also to use these apps. Later on, the installer will be able to manage the parameters, the deep parameters of the devices, such for instance the LED colors or the delays and so on, while the end user will be able to control the house, to turn on and off the functionalities, to set the climate, for instance, and also to create the scenario. I leave at the end just an additional option we have using the View wireless system. Sometimes in a renovation, especially in a renovation, where the customer already have the Alexa with the Zigbee hub, okay, and just with the Zigbee hub built in, for instance, the Eco Plus, it is possible to move to Zigbee protocol the View wireless devices. Why? Because moving the firmware, the operation to Zigbee protocol allows to be discovered directly by Alexa without using the gateway. So we can directly discover the View wireless devices, turned to Zigbee protocol directly by Alexa. This, be careful, allows the operation only through Alexa app. So no more View app, no more Apple and Google. So it is something limited to an Alexa operation. So in case the customer already have this situation and the functionalities are just a few, this is a good way to work directly with Alexa. How it is possible to turn to Zigbee the firmware of the devices? Just easily using the View app, the View wireless app. There is a menu that it is written move to Zigbee firmware, and then approaching the mobile with the View wireless app to the device I wanted to change, press the button on the device, and then automatically the app download the Zigbee firmware. After that, the VIMAR app won't be necessary anymore, and the Alexa discover automatically the devices. Using the Alexa, it is not possible, for instance, to set the brightness of the LED, the color of the LED, parameters, and use the push button on the backside for the scenario. So very useful, very easy, but with less flexibility. So up to the customer, to the installer, to decide which is the best way on each installation environment. What we suggest is that with the gateway, the customer is much more free to use all the benefit in terms of parameters, settings, and the flexibility in terms of application, and also vocal assistances, because using the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, it's possible to manage the system through Google, Apple, Alexa, and also VIMAR app. So really we provide the complete flexibility to the customer in order to match the customer needs. So I finished the presentation. Now really I'm sharing you the document, and I'm still here to answer your questions and clarify your doubts. For now, thanks for your attention. I hope you did enjoy this webinar, and always at your disposal for every clarification and additional information. If you need, just write to this email. Thanks again, and stay safe, take care, and see you on the next webinars. Thanks again.